Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about solving multi-step inequalities. Multi-step inequalities are done pretty much the same way as multi-step equations. We're going to peel back layers, we're going to undo things, and essentially get a variable by itself and a number on the other side. So I have 3 examples for you today, and we're going to take a look at each one.
In this problem, we have 3x plus 7 is greater than or equal to 22. There are no grouping symbols, so all I have to do is start peeling away the layers of the onion. First, I have a plus 7, so I want to subtract 7 from both sides. This will give me 3x is greater than or equal to 15. Next, I want to do away with any multiplication or division. We'll have 3x, and that means that it's 3 times x. So I'm going to divide both sides by 3 to give me that x is greater than or equal to 5. Now that we have a value or solution set for x, I want to go ahead and graph it on a number line. So it's greater than or equal to. Well, greater than means that I'm going to be going to the right. The equal to part means that I'm going to have a closed circle at that point. So at positive 5, I'm going to have a closed circle. And like I said, it's going to go to the right. So from 5 going right, it's going in that direction. And that's it. We've solved and graphed our solution set. This problem is 2x minus 3, all divided by 5, is less than or equal to 1. This time we have a grouping symbol, the divided by 5. So I need to take care of it first. I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. That'll take care of the fraction. So I'm going to get 2x minus 3 is less than or equal to 5. All right, now it's like the previous example. I'm going to go ahead and be solving for x. I'm going to undo the subtraction here first. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides. I get that 2x is less than or equal to positive 8. And now that 2x, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So I get that x is less than or equal to 4. Now I need to graph the solution set. Okay, so I have x is less than or equal to 4. So that means I'm going to include the positive 4. And since it's less than, it's going to go towards the left. So it's going to include all these numbers going on to negative infinity. All right, well, that's the solution set. We've successfully solved for and graphed the solution set. In this last example, it looks a little more complicated. We've added some more layers to it. And the problem is negative 3 times the sum of x and 2, all divided by 4, plus 2, is less than negative 1. So we've got a lot of work with this one. So let's just start taking it apart layer by layer. The first layer that we need to take off is this right here. Okay, this plus 2 is on the outside of that grouping. So first I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. That'll give me negative 3 times 2 plus x, or x plus 2, all divided by 4, is less than, so I'm having to subtract 2, so negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3. Now, one thing that I can do to kind of save me a step is this right here, the problem, has a negative 3 over 4. I can get rid of that by just multiplying by the reciprocal. So I could multiply both sides by negative 4/3. Alright, what that'll do is on the left side, the 3 cancels out, the 4's cancel out, and the negatives cancel out. I also have that negative 4/3 on this side. So the 3's cancel out, the negatives cancel out, and I'm left with just 4 on this side, on the right, and I have x plus 2 on the left. Now, I just did something wrong. I copied down the less than symbol. Since I essentially multiplied by a negative number to both sides, I actually have to flip that symbol. So I need to erase that and go from less than to greater than. Now, all I got to do is subtract 2 from both sides. And that will give me that x is greater than 4. Alright, now I do want to do a little aside here. So what if you didn't remember that you could just do the reciprocal? Well, let me write it back down. Got negative 3, x plus 2, all divided by 4, is less than negative 3. Well, I could just multiply both sides by 4. So I get negative 3 times x plus 2 is less than negative 12. Divide everything by negative 3 to give me x plus 2 is less than positive 4. But remember, if you multiply or divide by a negative number, you still got to flip that symbol. So I'm going to flip that symbol to greater than. And that's exactly what I got there. Alright, so now I've found that the solution set is that all numbers are greater than 4. Now let's graph the solution set. The solution set says that x is greater than 4. So this time I'm not going to be doing a solid dot. I'm going to be doing an open because there's no equal to. So at 4, I'm going to do an open dot there. And then I'm going to be choosing all numbers that are greater than 4. So that's going to be all these values going out to that direction. All right, and that's it. That's all there is to it.